Remember this guy?
On Interstate 95, Massachusetts, near exit 57, mile marker 57.4. They specified in the news that we're anti-government, but we're not. We're not anti-government. We're not anti-police. We're not sovereign citizens. We're not black identity extremists. Has specified multiple times to the police that we're abiding by the peaceful journey laws of the United States, federal courts. So just look up Title 18 of the United States Code, subsection 926 alpha or 925 alpha, if I'm not mistaken, as well as the decision of the United States Supreme Court, Young versus Harris, which specifies that merely carrying an arm, or it says, being in the possession of a gun per se constitutes no offense. So we haven't violated any laws. The police seen us on the side.
The Moors is based in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. They say their goal is informing all Moors of their political status here in the U.S. The group also believes that Moorish Americans are the, quote, aboriginal people of the land to which the sovereign power is vested. State Police Colonel Christopher Mason says today that troopers are trained to deal with these types of situations.
I didn't have any knowledge about this particular specific group. However, the state police is not unusual for us to counter people that have sovereign citizen ideologies. I'm not saying that this group does, but we have had those encounters before in the past. We train to those encounters. We very much understand, the philosophy that underlies that mindset. And we train our officers actually at the academy on these interactions and how to de-escalate those situations and how to engage with people that have that philosophy and mindset and resolve those situations, in a peaceful manner.
The group has been very active on social media, posting videos and photos quite frequently. Our chief investigator, Cheryl Fiandaca, takes a closer look now at the group's online activity.
Investigation of the Rise of the Moors organization. And just in case you didn't see the first video, we have 3 guns.
This is Jamal Latimer, also known as Talib Abdullah Bey. He posted this YouTube video just last month. Sources say Latimer is the self-proclaimed head of the group of heavily armed men arrested on Route 95 in Wakefield.
They've identified police and anybody who wanted to place them under arrest as terrorists. And they talked about tactically attacking police officers who were attempting to do their duty.
We have the right to travel as long as we're not making any unnecessary stops.
Latimer live-streamed the standoff with state police and online claims to be the Moorish American Consular Post Head, part of the Moorish American Arms and the co-founder of Rise of the Moors, which the website says is a non-profit educational group.
I've been elected Grand Sheik of the Narragansett Territory, which most people know it as Rhode Island.
Latimer also claims he and his followers are not U.S. citizens, are American nationals, fly the Moroccan flag, and told police they were going to a training camp in Maine.
You can just attribute to rhetoric. What they're saying after they get caught is simply an attempt to position themselves publicly as poor, unfortunate people that are just exercising their constitutional rights. There's a thin veil over what they're really doing, which is training as terrorists.
The Southern Poverty Law Center says followers of the Moorish sovereign citizens movement believe they are independent of the authority of state and federal government.
When you look at what happened last night and you add to that the video that I just saw from a month ago, these are dangerous guys that have to be taken very seriously.
Latimer was arrested by the Rhode Island State Police in early 2020 for obstructing a police officer, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest. Court records show the case appears to be pending. Rhode Island State Police tell us they are well aware of the group and, along with Maine officials, are in communication with the Massachusetts State Police. Cheryl Fiandaca, WBZ News.
You see offense description: dangerous weapon, carrying a dangerous weapon. Possession of a large capacity firearm. Possession of large capacity firearm. Obviously, that's double jeopardy. Ammunition without FID card, or possession of ammunition without FID card. False ID information, arrestee furnished to law enforcement. Right. So these charges were dismissed. A lot of the times, when it comes to things like this and a motion to suppress, cases will be dismissed and the court will say, prosecutor is unable to sustain his burden of proof at trial, therefore this matter is dismissed. So when you file a motion to suppress, in it you're articulating that because the police violated your right, whatever they found, and this applies to anything, cannabis, even things that are not protected by the Constitution, such as cocaine, if the police found whatever it is that they found without probable cause or reasonable suspicion, then they cannot use it against you. It's called fruit of a poisonous tree. And if you look up any case law regarding a motion to suppress, you will often see that phraseology being used, fruit of a poisonous tree. All it means is that the evidence that the police, detective, prosecutor, whatever, obtained was in violation of your right to due process. So, as an example, if you are in your mode of conveyance, because I know more is like specific words. If you're in your car, the word car means carriage. So if you're on the road and you're being carried on the road, and you have an arm on you, and let's say you're speeding, we already know traffic infractions are not crimes, right? The police see you speeding, boom, they pull you over. All they can do is give you a speeding ticket, because that's the only infraction that you are alleged to have violated. If they then ask you to exit your vehicle and then proceed to search that vehicle, they have already violated your right to due process. One, if they pulled you over for speeding, then you are detained. Two, once you are detained, they have to read you your Miranda rights. And three, in order to search your vehicle, they need probable cause and or reasonable suspicion. So if you just pull over for speeding, that doesn't meet that threshold of requirement. So if the police in court during your motion to suppress hearing, you would have the right to cross-examine them. You would ask them what was their probable cause to ask you to exit your vehicle, because now they're physically detaining you. They're making a seizure of your person. All right, let's look up the Fourth Amendment and what your rights are. And of course, most lawyers aren't going to tell you what your rights are. They're just going to do whatever it is that their job is. But remember, they're officers of the court, and their first obligation is to the court. We already know that a lot of these prosecutors and attorneys make deals with each other. We already know that a lot of these judges were former prosecutors, so they're not even on your side anyway. We already know a lot of these judges are practicing law from the bench. They have, if you look up their name, they have a whole law firm where they litigate cases, but they're also a judge, which is against the United States law. But anyway, know what your Fourth Amendment rights are, because they're very important to you. They're very important in general. And again, like I said, when you look up Fourth Amendment violations, you'll see that there is, just because these people are cops, or just because these people are detectives, or just because these people are prosecutors, or just because these people are judges, does not mean that they're infallible. It does not mean that they do not make mistakes. It does not mean that they're omnipotent and all-knowing. That's not what these things mean. These are human beings that make mistakes. As an example, look at this image right here, where it says case dismissed. They put the wrong date. They put 1/4/2022. So these people make mistakes, right? And you can use that mistakes. Obviously, if it's just like a clerical mistake, then you might not be able to use that for your defense. But if it's a mistake of law, such as a Fourth Amendment violation, then you can absolutely use that in your defense. And remember,
sorry, motherfucker. Easy, I ain't touching. You see that, right? Timbuktu. Oh, they want to be the Jews. They want to be the fake Jews. They know what this means. They're going to be screaming. Look, that's all they want to do. People want to 6 right here. Man, they pulled out all the law. Oh, my God. See the flag? Dude. Y'all know it. They know it. We just don't know.
His name is William Hardison Sr., a 63-year-old man who died screaming, "This is my land, I'm a Moor," after a standoff with police officers in Pennsylvania. This Moor was an elder Moor. He was my hero. pay respects. This is just another example.